Welcome back to another episode of Times Square Today. I am here with Victoria Rader in the heart of Times Square. What do you think?
Oh, come on now. In the heartbeat of America.
Right?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal to be here.
Now, you developed the program You to Shine, which I love. You also made a comment that I really love, that there are a bunch of well-developed narcissists out there. I want to talk about all of it. First of all, what were the steps that brought you here today?
I am thrilled to kind of be leading the quantum personal development. Our phenomenal global visionary, coaches and speakers and trainers, clients are wonderful, developed human beings.
Yeah.
They have one purpose, and that is make this planet a better place. We've all gone through the steps of personal development. And if I had to identify personal development, I would say it's mind over matter.
Right.
However you kind of play in that cookie jar, it's mind over matter.
Yeah.
But what I've learned, to your words, and by the way, this is not to mess with the actual, diagnosis of narcissism. This is about the egotism, right?
Sure.
What I've learned is that when it's mind over matter, you can develop into a pretty developed, egocentric, narcissistic, selfish, greedy leader.
Yeah.
Which is what this earth is shaking from right now.
Sure.
So I had to sit down and say, okay, what is the next step, or what is the solution?
Yeah.
And the solution came quantum personal development. It's love as life originating vibrant emotion over mind, over matter. I understand love, surrender to love.
I love that. That's such a great message for the world, not just for our viewers today, but for the world to really hear that. And you have a bunch of high-profile clients. I mean, you have several that are here with you in Times Square. I mean, you are really kind of pioneering a revolution. How did it start, and what made you decide that this was going to be your mission?
I guess there's a personal mission and there's a social mission. I'll start with social and then kind of vulnerably share the personal,
sure.
what drives me. And with the social is we live in a world of overwhelming information. There is information coming at us from all ends.
Yeah.
We now go to a doctor thinking we know more about the diagnosis than the doctor does because the doctor Google told us so.
Yeah.
With the involvement of AI and the fears that come with it, you can now clone me, play me, and people will not know which me is talking, me or the clone me.
Right.
And so with all the information, there is such an abundance of misinformation. A misinformation leads to malformation. Malformation of human mind, malformation of human psyche, malformation of human spirit. And so what I was called to do, and I believe it was a divine calling to do, is to empower people, especially those that feel they're called to change this world, to true transformation. And that is only possible through inner knowing, through inner guidance, through inner freedom. So how do you do that? That was the social call to creating our company, You to Shine, and all the quantum freedom programs that allow you, train you, empower you to discern the inner guidance. Yep. I call it the God's voice, you can call it intuition, and then empower you with courageous steps to follow it.
Right. Oh, I love that. And then you mentioned a personal mission.
With a personal mission, I was born in the Soviet Union, in Ukraine. Unfortunately, now people know where Ukraine is because of the war we're in.
Of course.
And there was complete lack of freedom.
Yeah.
I couldn't choose which classes to take in school. I couldn't choose sports. I'm wired for gymnastics. I did rhythmic gymnastics.
Right.
I wanted to travel. I dreamed about traveling, but you needed to have an exit visa, which I couldn't do. And so this dryness and absence of freedom gratefully empowered me to know that the only freedom that counts is the freedom inside. It's the freedom of my heart and the freedom of my mind.
Right.
And I knew that as long as I keep this inner world intact, eventually miracles will follow. And as I sit here, having been to 49 countries, taught over the globe, and having deciphered this system that leads you one step to the other, but it hasn't been a pretty journey.
Yeah.
In 2013, toughest year of my life. Every year and every month, I got news about losing a family member or a client. 11 deaths in 1 year.
Oh my gosh.
At a time when I have a very difficult diagnosis about my health, at a time when my marriage is struggling tremendously. And so I'm literally falling apart. And I'm pleading, pleading with God, pleading with higher guidance. I can't carry on.
Right.
Can't carry on, it's just too dark. While my real estate is thriving, I'm a top 1% agent, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And in the middle of the night, I receive a very clear knowing. You cannot fight the darkness. You must turn on the light. And I remember sitting up in bed and saying, how do I turn on the light? And the question became, how do I turn on the light today? And then it became a passion, and by the end of 2013, I left my thriving, booming real estate career and started U2 Shine. And the whole purpose of U2 Shine is, by golly, there is the light in you. I'm gonna dig it, I'm gonna turn the switch on, and I'm gonna make you keep your hands away from flipping it down.
And get up and turn it on every day, right?
Yeah. Keep it on, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you came through that dark time
Yeah.
with a light, and you are shining. I mean, you're shining in the heart of America. I mean, this is amazing, right? What an amazing turn of events for you. I mean, they say what a difference a day makes, what a difference a year makes, but what a difference a decade makes for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and thinking of freedom and the whole prison cell, you know, when people ask me, what do you do? I say, well, we break people out of prison. You know, we break people out of prison. And I have to explain, we all have a prison of our mind,
Yeah.
right? They're like these cells of prison of our mind. And very often you're not even sure that you are in a cell, but you're resisting conformity. You're suffocated. Do you know how you know you're in a prison of your mind? When you feel suffocated by conformity. You pretty much hate your life actively. You might be thriving in one area, but you feel so suffocated in the other.
Sure, I'm sure everyone has felt that way at different times.
So you're just looking for the key out of cell.
Yeah.
And so what we found is that there are indeed those 6 mental keys
Yeah.
that are supported by 26 universal laws, and developed a program based on that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I know so many people that are watching the show tonight would be able to benefit from your services and what you do. I mean, I feel like I'm already benefiting from just talking with you. How would people get a hold of you? How would they know how to engage with you so that they could start learning more about what you've developed?
We invite people to first trust in themselves by receiving a free gift. And so if you go to mygiftoffer.com, what you're going to receive is over a decade of the most clear subconscious imprisoning ideas reversed. What do I mean by that? You're going to get a free ebook with 50 blocks that you carry subconsciously, with 50 new subconscious programs to shift to, and with the actual video of me taking you through a technique that can free you. And so first, don't spend any money yet.
Yeah.
Go to mygiftoffer.com, and then if you feel called, just find us on our website, shine.com, u2shine.com.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Times Square today. Obviously, you have a lot to share, a lot of gifts to share. mygiftoffer.com, a great way to welcome people into what you do and how you do it and how you can change their lives. So continued success, and thank you again.